Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August the 9th, and we will now tell you a little more about the solar radiation.
What is solar irradiation about?
Well, solar radiation is a very important thing. Here you see the global Earth energy balance. The energy is coming from the sun, and it's going into the atmosphere of the Earth. Not all is coming back, but the energy emitted by the sun on 1 hour would supply the energy needs of the whole world for almost 1 year. But not at the moment. At the moment, we have a very low efficiency, like these photovoltaic panels. This one is only for 350 watt, this size, and it's a good beginning, but it's not the end of the technology. There must be more.
Can we use the map to find the best spot for solar panels?
Yes, we can. We have a map prepared for you. Here's our meeting point, our new company, Larva Eva Solarista. This is our clubhouse here. And we have now our solar resources map, number 1, which has not been released. You will later see it on the internet. That's the solar resources map, the global horizontal irradiation. Here you see the different countries, and what is obviously...
Does this mean sunny places are always better for solar power?
Yes, they are, but you can see here it's uneven. It's not what you expect following the equator. The distribution of the solar radiation on the world is very uneven. Like there's a huge area in Australia, but compared to Brazil and the Amazon area is very little here. Also, they are both the same distance from the equator. Asia has also very little sun, and Europe the same. So we have to keep in mind that the solar irradiation is very uneven distributed over the Earth.
Why does the sun change so much between seasons?
Yeah, the sun shines between seasons. We come now to our season card, map number 2. The sun is changing between seasons because of the tilt of the sun of the Earth compared to the sun. Therefore, it's a big change within the season. And here we have the solar season, Europe and Asia compared. This is Europe in summer and in winter. Here we have Asia in the same scale in summer and in winter. And we can see the average solar irradiation is 5.39 kilowatt hours per day, compared to Asia in summer 5.75 kilowatt hours per day. That's more or less nearly the same. But in winter, that was your question, there's a big difference between Europe, it's only 1.70 kilowatt hours per day, and Asia is 4.33 kilowatt hours per day. So,
which place wins the sunshine contest, Europe or Asia?
You can see it on the map. In summer, they are equal. Europe and Asia is more or less equal. We have here the different cities in Europe and in Asia. Also, Davao is mentioned. But in winter, it is Asia which is winning because it is closer to the equator. And number 1 is Davao with the sunshine irradiation in winter.
Can we still use solar panels in winter?
Yes, we can use the solar panels in winter. For example, this is a solar panel which we can use in winter. It doesn't need bright sunshine. The brighter, of course, the better. But there are also other ways for solar irradiation. That's solar thermie, when you need hot water, and also concentrated solar power, which is a different technology.
Does the North America get a lot of sunshine?
Yeah, that's a good question. North America, that's our third graphic here, which we have prepared. That's also very interesting because North America, when we compare the summer to the winter, we see that there's a lot of sun here in the on the west coast, like in Las Vegas or Los Angeles. It's quite red here, the colors, which mean it's a high irradiation, 7.29 kilowatt hours per day. per square meter, I must say. And in winter, it's a little less. So the average of North America irradiation is 6.32 kilowatt hours per square meter per day. And in winter, it's only 3.4 kilowatt hours, but it's still much more than in Germany, like in Europe. Here in Europe, in winter, it's only 1.70 kilowatt hours per square meter per day, while here in Asia in winter, it's 3.4 kilowatt hours per square meter per day.
Why does solar power change with the seasons?
That's a good question. That is relative to the tilt of the Earth. Here you are the sun. You put on the torch and you shine here on the globe because it's tilted. So therefore, in the winter, the sun is very low here in the northern part, and in the southern part, like in Australia, they have summer when here's winter, and the opposite way around. So this has all to do with national phenomena which are not very well known, and we have to be aware of them and know what's going on.
Can people in snowy place still use solar panels?
Yes, sure, they can. You can even have a little snow on your solar panel, but this is not so good because it will damp the amount of electricity which you can gain by your solar. Here's the output. It's only 2 cables, plus and minus, because it's DC coming out of a solar panel. In this case, it is a voltage of 18 volt, maximum 18 volt, and in this side, maximum 30 watt.
What's the best season for solar energy in America?
The best season is always in summer in the northern hemisphere and in winter in the southern hemisphere, because that's when the sunshine is the longest hours in the day, and also when the sun is very high up in the sky. In winter, the sun is only very low.
Now, here's a fun question.
Yes,
Florida is closer to the equator than California, so shouldn't it get more solar energy?
that's a good question, because here you can see on the map that Florida is in fact Miami. I was there in 1977, so for the first time. Miami is far more south than Los Angeles or Las Vegas, but still in winter it has there's a lot more sun on the west coast than on the east coast. The same even in summer. Here you can see the solar radiation in summer on the west coast compared to the east coast here in summer. This depends on the geographic things like mountains or like too much fog in Florida, and all different factors are coming into it. But again, most people are not aware of this situation.
Wow, so even though Florida is called the Sunshine State, California's sunshine is just a bit more powerful. Yep, if Florida is like a warm, misty hug, California is like a crisp sunbeam with sunglasses on.
That's true. Thank you very much for your statement. I think we are done now. I only would like to place out our next workshop, which is coming on August 16 and 17, the next weekend. So here we have a in-house hands-on solar electricity installation and troubleshooting training. Everybody is most welcome to be here, and thank you very much for your patience. Bye-bye.
Bye.